Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Infinite Inspiration. I come back here with a new guest, and as always, this show keeps on getting new people with new stories about their life journey. So, today we have Preeti from Pune. She has been a wonderful nutritionist at the moment and also an author. Before that, also, we would know what all she has been doing with her life. So, not wasting much of her time, and I forwarded to Preeti. Hare Krishna, Preeti. How are you?
Hi, Chanda. I'm fine. It's very good to be here, and especially to talk to Chanda, who's a very good friend. We know each other for so many years, right from Oman. And I only have such good memories of sharing the best times with Chanda. So both our children were born in Oman around the same time.
Yeah.
So we share a lot of memories. So good to be here, Chanda.
Yeah, thank you. And we would like to have a short introduction about you. What do you do and where are you based? Little bit about your life.
Sure. So, like just before the call, we were talking. I do many things. So basically, now I'm into nutrition. Like I've been practicing nutrition for the last 3.5 years, and there is a story attached to the nutrition thing. I think like we will get on it later on. And also, like I've authored a book. This was early 2024 in January. I think close to December 2023, I just got this. Like, I love books. I love reading books always, all the time. And I like to read books to Sienna, that's my daughter. So I don't know, this idea sparked in my mind that, like, why shouldn't I write a book? It was like a crazy idea at the beginning, but then I thought like I'll give it a try. So I don't know, like it's just like maybe that book was meant to be written because the characters and how I wanted the story, the flow was just perfect. So I went on writing the book. I self-published it. I launched it on Amazon and the book got a very good response. I did a couple of readings in school for children. The children loved the book. And after that, I have also written a couple of books. But this book, which is called Malti and Opus, is a very special one for me and my daughter because, firstly, Malti and Opus is my first book. That's why. And then for my daughter, because like people who read the book, they say tell me that this Malti is very close to Sienna. So I don't know.
So,
So yeah, that's what I do at the moment. And besides being a like home in charge and a mother to a 7-year-old, she's going to be 7.
okay. So, as far as I remember, in Oman, you were working with some cosmetics thing, right?
Yes, I was in luxury retail. I was working with brands like Christian Dior. So I used to work for Christian Dior, and that was a beautiful journey I had in Oman
Mhm.
for
So,
13 years.
yeah. So, how did you can say the makeup girl shift to the nutrition?
Yeah, that's very simple because like beauty is all about see there is outward beauty and there is inner beauty. So previously I was into outward beauty, like we were selling fragrances, makeup and skincare, and the industry is very very interesting because like we just don't sell cosmetics, we sell a story to the client. And so that was like very, what to say, like I was very passionate about what I did at that point in time. And still, like, I like beauty a lot. But later on in life, like when I moved to India, I thought, like, why not tap into the inner beauty? Like, so beauty should come from within. So, in order for the beauty to come from within, like, you need to tap into your spirituality a little bit. You need to tap into your inner strength, what goes in, like, as food. Now, before, like, I didn't know much about, like, I was always conscious about my lifestyle. I was always conscious about, in fact, I had gone to Chanda for yoga classes in Oman.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I was always very conscious about what I eat, but the knowledge about nutrition wasn't there. So basically, dieting, cutting down on this, cutting down on that, watching our weight, and like go running to the gym. and very a little weight gain here and there also, like it used to cause a lot of stress, but then I thought, like, why not learn nutrition the proper way? It's a good way to learn your body and your body needs, and then also do it as a service and offer it to people. So I joined the nutrition program during COVID. Nothing much to do during COVID because all of us were at home, locked down, and unfortunately, my industry was not much. Is it's still not there? Presence is not there in Pune. Though Pune is one of the top cities in India, but the head offices are not there. And I basically my position is in the head office. So the head office is in Bombay, Bangalore, and all that. So I'm like with a heavy heart. I had to sort of like, like, okay, let me give up on beauty and look at something else, because life always throws you challenges. I took it as a challenge, and during COVID I studied nutrition, so with an institute called Institute of Integrative Nutrition. It's in New York. So I always want to do things quickly, like the impatience. I don't know, I don't think it's good. So the 1 year program, I did a crash in 6 months, and I got their certification done. And then I started my own business. I wanted always to become an entrepreneur, and I wanted to do things for myself and, like help others and, that kind of a thing. So I started my online business. And with God's blessing, I came across this person who also did nutrition from IIN, and he had like 7 years of experience then working as a health coach. So he asked for collaboration. He said, like, why don't we do something together? And even I was very keen because I was looking for someone to guide me who's already there in the industry. So we did a partnership kind of a thing, like, so we work together basically. So I take care of the nutrition part of it, and he takes care of the major part, that is the health coaching part, and also supplements and everything. So we started it, and then for the last 3.5 years, we have been doing just that, helping people with their health. And yeah, that is the journey for the last 13 to 16 years.
Okay, so do you also have people with like different challenges, weight loss, diabetes, cancer, etc., etc.?
Yes, yes, yes. So we did, there are two kinds of people. One is those who want to change their lifestyle, who want to live their lives better. This sudden thing that comes in your mind that, oh, at some point in your life, like you realize that, okay, now is the time that I take responsibility for my health. So without any condition or any disease or anything, like suddenly you feel that your body starts telling you that, you just pick up from here. So then people want to lose weight, people want to, improve their health. So they come to us, and then we do customized programs. Basically, the I would say that the first and foremost thing to do for health is to detox, because, for unfortunately we have gathered so much of toxins all through the years. Nowadays, like, toxins are commonly available everywhere. The food that you eat, your surroundings, noise pollution, there's air pollution, water pollution, just name it. So we have plenty of toxins in our body. And the liver takes care of the detoxification. That's a natural process the body is programmed to do. But it is also in our hands, because, like, when we do detoxification for, like at least 7 days a week. Like, we used to have programs for 14 days a week, and many people have done that, and they've benefited out of it. What is the advantage of doing detoxes? Like, when you it is like Diwali cleaning. Like, don't we do Diwali cleaning once a year? We remove all that, like, which we think that when we remove dirt from the house, like, the Lakshmi comes into our house. So exactly the same thing with our health. So, like, we actually, like, we empower the liver to do its job properly. That's what it is. And the liver is already doing it. There are many people who ask, like, why the liver is detoxifying, like, why do you have to do another external detox? This is the reason we have to do an external detox, so that, like, we eat the right kind of food, and then we give power to the liver and the digestive system, basically giving a break for the digestive system. Like, otherwise, like, every day, 3 meals a day, 4 meals a day, and, the digestive system is always on an overload. you know. And sometimes it must be exhausted. Like some of us are like, some people are like 60 years old. Imagine the digestive system working every single day for 60 years. So just give it a break, give it a rest. That is what detox is all about. That is one thing that common everybody does. And besides that, people want to lose weight and all that, the nutrition side of it, I take care of. And if they come with certain, like, for example, if a person comes with thyroid problems, because of that, she is gaining weight or he's gaining weight, and there are some hormonal issues, then we go to the root cause of it. So Anil's work is checking like what is causing it, and we correct the root cause of the disease. So we don't give you any diagnosis, we don't give you any medicines or anything. You go to your doctor, you take a consultation, and then you come to us. We will coach you on how to improve your lifestyle. And he will, Anil does a thorough reading of the reports and everything, and he will give you a thorough analysis of this is what is going on with your body, and this is what you need to do in terms of diet and in terms of sleep, stress, food, everything plays a role, Like it's very funny. I don't know if I should say funny or these are the times we are living in. People forget to drink water. And
Yes.
people keep reminder for themselves to drink water. I mean, it's very strange. We are living in a very strange world where like we need reminder to drink
Drink
water.
water.
Yeah, so many times. So when we talk
Actually,
to some
I feel,
clients,
yeah, actually, I feel we've made us so much bound to things around us. We want and we want and we want and we want. So in that, we've forgotten our own self.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And then, like we also tell our clients, like, once in a while, go spend time in nature, go spend time with children. There are people who have children who don't have the time to spend with children, like they're going to play, like, play dates and they are babysitting. I don't blame it because the world has become so demanding. Two people have to work, two people have to, like sort of like earn money. It's become a compulsion these days, which is absolutely fine. But then, see, like that, those are causing us health problems also. So people like us are recommending that, you play with your child.
Yeah.
You take a child, yeah, for a day trip, and then like take a break and go to nature. We should be living in nature. It shouldn't be that we take a break and go to what are we living?
Yeah.
So the world has changed so much, and therefore people like us, in some way or the other, me, Chanda, Anil, like all of us are like helping you because we have been doing something else. We left all of that and we have come here. Like Anil was in the garment business, he was in the fashion industry in Germany, and he keeps telling this. I never thought this day will come where, like, I'll be telling people take care of your health because at one point in time I did not take care of my health. Same with me, traveling here, traveling there, and then like very ready to. I even remember there were a few people who never used to eat food because there is no time and there is no time to think what to cook and what to, and there is no time to do grocery shopping. It's better that we have supplements and fruits. That's all. Their food was like in a capsule. So like, like the way the world is going, I even see that, a sleep can come in a capsule. You just pop in the tablet and you sleep.
So then
And
the
what
liver will
happens in the
get more
capsule?
sick, no? If we don't sleep and if
As
we depend on the capsule, right? So the liver will
absolutely. So
get more
we are like,
deteriorated.
yeah, so we are like reminders, like even clients, they pay money and they don't come to us and say, like, can you please send me a reminder? So I keep reminding her every day, you have to eat this, you have to drink water, you have to go to bed on time, you have to do this. And then we have an automated system now. So what we do is like people just log in and everything is available there. You have to just log in and then it's like a proper system. It gives you reminders, it gives you alerts, and we come to that machine area, I mean, era where like artificial intelligence, I mean, that's the future, I think, for our children. So it's best that we tell ourselves, like, see, instead of thinking of listening to so many people, instead of doing so many things, just stop for a minute and think for yourself, like, what am I doing? Where am I? Why have I come here? And, what have I done for the last couple of days? What should I do in the coming days? It's very important. Every day, take 10 minutes of your time. That's so precious. Those 10 minutes you invest in your life now, later on in life, you will be so happy that, oh, I did that to myself.
Yeah. So is it true that the liver gets time to recharge itself from 10 to I think 12 or 1ish, right? And that's why I've heard and read many times that by 10 you should be on the bed so that the liver starts working well and let it be at rest. Is it true?
Yeah. The thing is that, like we always recommend that your last meal of the day should be like 3 hours before your bedtime. So that, see, normally we have studied in school also, like digestion takes 4 hours.
Yeah.
4 hours. Anything you eat, it takes 4 hours. And then every time you eat, there is an insulin secretion in the body, right? So that is why they say that, like reduce the number of meals you eat. Unless and otherwise you have a condition and you have to, the doctors recommended you to eat 5 times or 7 times, that's all right. But otherwise, as if you are like free from anything that's affecting the body as a normal person leading a normal life, like try and minimize the amount of food that you put in the body. The main reason being, every time you eat, I repeat, there is an insulin secretion in your body, and the body gets on to working. It's like a machinery, it's like an industry. The food is coming in, they are very busy doing this. So if we keep on snacking, we keep on, they say, they call it as like grassing, like how cow, or like, they'll eat and then they take a break and then they go and eat and then they take a break. Even animals are very smart. If you go to see, like some animals, most animals, like only when they're hungry, they hunt, they eat, and they're sleeping for 2 days.
Hmm.
But we as human beings, what we've done, we don't know how Chanda, I don't know how Chanda system works. Like even in my family, my mom's DNA, no, I won't say DNA, the way my mother's body is made is very different from my body. And it's my daughter's body is very different from my body. We're all unique individuals. Yeah, so we should know our bodies better. Not like I shouldn't be telling Chanda, oh, it's breakfast, come on eat, or it's lunch, come on eat, it's dinner. But am I hungry? Is she hungry to eat? So
Hmm.
that only we can ask ourselves, like, okay, I'm hungry, so I have to eat. It's not that, lunch banaya hai, kha lena. That is the wrong thing. It's a very wrong approach. It won't work anymore. It used to work before because we used to do a lot of physical work.
Yeah.
Like we used to go out in the fields, we used to work, we used to walk, we used to travel by bus, a lot of energy exertion. And we used to play outdoors as children. Like my daughter doesn't play outdoors. Like I'm like, oh my God, what is happening? All the time they are inside the house. There is technology. And then if you have to take them somewhere, take them to a play area and then she's jumping on the trampoline.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, the life has become like that. So therefore, like, we don't have to eat so many times. Nobody is telling us that, we have to eat and kuch nahi hota hai. Like maybe on the first day or the second day, you feel slightly giddy. If you may, because that's become a habit of the body. You've been feeding the body at that time and that you are not getting food, the body feels a little dizzy. But the body has accumulated so much of fat in the form of fat that the body can burn its own fat and survive. Without food, you can survive like for 2, 3 days, but without water, you cannot survive more than 2 days, right?
Hmm.
Because 70% of our body is
What?
when it's water, like 70% of the body is water, like the earth. We are made like the earth. Most part of us is water. So you need to drink water. But your food, if you cut down, there's not going to be anything unless and until you have a certain condition, and then you should be eating at this point in time, or you're taking your medicines and all that. That's a different scenario. Now, coming back to what Chanda asked me, it is always better to eat food 3 hours before your bedtime. So within the 3 hours, the digestive system is slowly working. It's digesting the food. The liver is doing the work. The liver has to do. The intestines are doing the work. The intestine has to do. And then you also parallelly after your food try to go for a stroll, go out for a walk. Otherwise, like do chores in the house, and that is the best way of helping the body to digest. And when the food is properly digested, you rest well. Otherwise,
Hmm.
what happens, like there's gas form in the stomach, and then there's uneasiness, and then it's coming up, and I'm getting this acidity. All that happens because the food is not digested properly.
Hmm.
And drinking water when you're eating is something that everybody should avoid. And then chewing the food, like properly chew the food and eat. Like,
Hmm.
like most of the time, like people are in a rush. They have to run to their offices, or, there's a call coming and talking, and, eating, or a work call has come. Then you're advising the client. The client is Like sometimes like clients ask questions where like you're like, oh my God, what? So mind is so occupied, you don't even know what's going in your mouth. After you've eaten and you've gone to the office, like, what was for lunch? Then you start thinking, what did I eat for lunch? So that shouldn't be the case.
That's what
So
we are
when we
doing
are
now.
in a rush,
We are living in a strange world now.
absolutely. But is it possible to change? Yes, it's in our hands. It's definitely possible to change. Please don't tell us that, like, oh, I don't have the time. Like,
Mm.
there is time for everything. Sometimes, like, we even tell your clients that think that drinking water is an emergency for you. Think that if I don't drink this glass of water, something is going to happen badly for me. Then won't you do it? You'll definitely do it. When you're busy, you have having a very hectic schedule, but then something happens to your health, you've fallen down, you've fainted. Won't people rush you to the hospital? They won't be like, oh, calm karna hai today, you have to achieve your target, stay back. No, nobody's going to say that to you.
Yeah.
So it is all possible. You have to take time for yourself. And one good example for that is Changa. I've seen her lifestyle and I've really admired the way she, caters to everything. The way she cooks also, like there's something she won't include in her food, but then her food is so tasty. And when people tell me that if you don't have garam masala, your food won't taste good, I'm like, no, 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 I have a friend who cooks without anything, but her food is so tasty.
I
I've told him
barely
many
use
times.
masalas. I like the food to be
Yeah.
eaten in a natural way. Instead of putting too much
Natural.
masalas, I add a spoon of ghee and enjoy it. Because end of the day, it
Yeah.
really nourishes your gut, you know.
Yes, that's true.
But
Yeah.
yes, when I eat ghee, I do my workout also, not just eat it and put on the weight. If you remember, we've been following the strict lifestyle since years together, right? Be it sleeping,
Yeah.
be it eating, I've been like following it for
Mm.
years. That's what I was thinking about you and me. We've come from abroad, been very
Yes.
busy with our jobs and all, and still we make it
Mm.
a time that our kids are not at all ignored. Like we do things
Yes.
only when our kids are not there. It's not that even we have busy life, but then how to remove the time is in absolutely in your hands, right?
Chanda,
Yeah.
Chanda, I think I need to take a break. My mother's continuously calling me. I'll just ask her what it is. Hmm?
Okay, yeah. So I was saying that to remove the important time for yourself is cannot be taken for granted, right? You do your work, you take care of your family, because whatever we are doing, we are the role models for our children. I see my daughter, she exactly knows what is good for her and what is not good for her. She's just 7. And she knows that, okay, I have a cheat day today, and she knows the portion also how much to eat. So she's been trained. I don't have to really work hard to set her as an example. I had to play an important role, because if I am eating samosa and kachori and etc etc, so obviously she'll ask for it. It's not that we don't eat it, but that has to be a cheat day. And then when you're having the cheat day, next 2 3 days you have to balance your diet. So she's automatically learning. I think the same Sienna also must be doing.
Yes, yes. Children are these days, the children of this generation is like Chanda said, they're very smart. And you can't just tell them anything and say that follow this. No, she'll ask you questions. Like she's like, why are you saying that to me? Why it is not good. Can you tell me when you were a child, did you do that, Mama? And I'm like, yeah, I did that. And I tell her, I did that without questioning, and you are questioning me. That's the only difference. But we all have done that, and it is good for you. And I also tell her that when someone tells you it is good for you, try and do it.
Yeah.
Because like we care about you. That's why we are teaching you this. And then they understand. It's not that like very stubborn. Oh, I don't. I want to eat and all that. But because they know that if they're stubborn and if they do something later on, there is a stomach ache that
Yeah.
they'll be told
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
didn't listen to me. But children are very, very smart these days and they're learning a lot of things. I mean, we think that they don't like they're just looking at YouTube and they're watching this and watching that and all that.
Hmm.
It is harmful to watch YouTube and all kinds of videos that come on mobiles and everything. Mobile, no to the children,
Hmm.
but they are learning something from all of it.
Yes.
They are definitely learning something for all this. Therefore, they are very smart. Like I repeat, they are very, very smart. But we also have to be role model because kids are kids. Like they look up to their mothers. They immediately who they look up to, their mothers, and after that, their fathers. What do we eat? How much do we work? What do we? And there are sometimes like you feel that, they are doing what you're doing. The way like you take your bag and you leave the house, and like she also tries to take the bag and she leaves. And then my daughter says that, and mama, keep everything for me when I grow big, like you are going to wear all of this. I'm like, who else like if I keep everything for you? So,
Same.
yes, we are role models.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
yes.
are role models for our kids, for people like who live, who are our neighbors, for people in the family. We have role models. We look at others and we learn. Therefore, like setting an example is a very good thing.
Yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. And how is how because I know Sheil is a big foodie. So how do you manage with him the diet and all that?
I don't manage. Like the first thing they teach you in coaching is that never manage a person. Like many people think that you're my coach and then you have to, like you have to make me do this, you have to make me do that. I said, like, no. The first thing I tell them in a coaching session is that, I am not going to be telling you. I don't mind reminding you when you are willing to do things. The firstly, you have come to me because, something in you has told you that, like, I want to work with Preeti so that, like, I can improve my health. That is the most critical. So that is the goal set. That then we started goal setting. Goal
Hmm.
setting is you have to set a goal for yourself. Why are you doing this?
Hmm.
And for how many months are you going to be working with me? How are you willing to change things about yourself? Without that, I do not like, like I'm like, it's not my job. I have a daughter at home who I have to manage or I have to, but other than that, no. Even like you asked about she loves food. And then like, he can be a very good food critic. Like he has a very good palate and all of that. That's his strength. But on the other hand, when it comes to health, yeah, I keep telling people, like I always talk to my husband, like I talk to my brother, I talk to my father, whoever I meet, I tell them, like whatever I feel when I meet them, like do this for your health, take your reports regularly, once in a year. It's important to know what's going inside your body, and the same applies to me also. First, I have to follow everything, and then I tell them. But it is up to that person. I
Hmm.
give that space. Like
Hmm.
I don't force them to do anything, or I don't say that, oh, what you're doing is wrong. Like sometimes when I feel that it's too much, then I say, look, now it's going too much, then you have to just take care of your health and go for walking. If you are a foodie, no problem. Eat the right kind of food. There's nothing wrong. And eat how many ever times you have to eat that many times only. Food, when you even though you're a foodie and even though you love food, it shouldn't affect your body, because like, okay, you're eating, uh, that shouldn't be a problem for you. That shouldn't become a problem for you. Till that point, it's okay to eat. And if you feel that, okay, I'm eating only 3 times and I'm eating the best foods, and these are, like what to say, like they are rich foods, then go and work out. That has to be part of your lifestyle. Then you go for swimming, you go for cycling, choose what kind of lifestyle you want to do.
Hmm.
So managing is not my thing. It's not a coach's thing. Any coach will say that. Like, I am not going to manage you. You come to me willingly, I'll guide you.
Yeah. And I've seen in my family at least, the whole world listens to you, but the family is like, oh God, she keeps starting. So I've stopped doing that
Yeah.
actually. They don't, and whenever there is a serious issue in the family, be it my in-law side or by my maternal side, they'll call me only. I said, अब पता चला कि क्या हो रहा है. मतलब it's so simple. I tell them, और भी आप क्या कर सकते हो, आपको जितना जंकी फंकी कुछ भी खाना है, eat it in the morning, because mornings are really busy for everybody, especially women, because they keep running here there. I tell my mom is 74 now, so I tell her, okay, I agree, you cannot leave food, so whatever crap you want to eat it in the morning, so that by the time it's night, it's all digested. The wrong part, do it in the
Yes.
morning. Because you go working kitchen and etc etc, it's managed. And we would like to know more about your book now. How did that idea come to you? Did Siana inspire you, or it was just a childhood dream or something?
No, it's not a childhood dream. So, like I said, like I love reading. So, I always read like any kind of books. Like, I love to read anything that's engaging me. I love to read. But then for the last couple of years, like because of the way the life is, the work, and like we've been very busy. So reading has slowly, gone. It's taken a back seat.
Mm,
Now, as Sienna is growing, like, I read stories for her and everything. So then that sparked, like I'm like, okay, now I'm getting time to read. And when
mm,
you see like all these colorful images and then the stories that have been created and all that, I felt that I should write. And I've been getting this, like, I believe in guidance and all that. So I've been getting this guidance for the last 1 year that, you're good at writing. You should write. And many, then I was like, writing and me, like, I've never thought of it. But there was this good story that came to my mind with a very good value. And when I thought of the characters, immediately the character names, everything, like it was meant to happen, that kind of a thing. So I started writing it and then I did the illustrations myself. And then I'm like, this is the first book, this is my book. So I am going to be, because when I researched the book industry, there is for everything. Like before, it never used to be like that. Authors used to write and then there is a publisher and then,
mm,
like they did everything for them. But now, like there is specialization in everything. Like, you go to a doctor, then you have a skin doctor, you have, orthopedic doctor, diabetologist, just name it, kid specialist. So there are like that in every single industry, experts have come in.
mm.
So even with books, like, like for everything, there are different people. And then to honestly speaking, like if you go to pay everybody, the book has to make so much for you, for your
Yes.
investment. So
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense. So I'm like, okay, whatever it is, like I'm going to do it myself. So I set up an Amazon shop and then, put the book for over there. And then I have to do a little bit of marketing. So the friends and family supported a lot for sure. And then I went to schools and then, like I did reading for schools, reading for children and all that. So the book did very well as expected. And then after that, like, you have that thing, the fire in you. Okay, I've written one book and then I should do more books. So when that idea was flowing, the creativity was flowing, I managed to do like 2, 3 books. Out of that, 2 books I launched after Malti and Opus, but the other two are still there. Like when the time comes, like that will also come out eventually.
So, how is it to manage the nutrition part and the writing part and the kid, family, etc., together?
It is all organized here, I would say. See, the organization has come from childhood, because like, I used to be in a boarding school. I was very less time I've spent with my parents. And because of which, like we were woken up so early in the morning, like by 5:30 we used to get up and then, we had to go for prayers and say all those shlokas and all of that. And then you come back and then you have a bath and then you have to be the first one to, because you're in boarding, you should be the first one to finish your breakfast and run to school. And then you have school. Then after, then you are given a little break. And then you have, see, everything you did was with people. And then, then what do you do? Like, because family is not close by, then you start mingling with people, mixing with people. You become very independent. And then, you are very well, to time manage. That is something I think I have learned in my early years in life. So that thing has come, like, so then when I get up in the morning, as soon as I open my eyes, like I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. Okay. And then it has to do, that flow has to be there. Otherwise, I get a little disturbed. But now I'm working on that also, not to get disturbed, because I am planning my day that way. But I don't know what the universe or what the plan is for me, from an external force. I believe in all of that. So if it does get disturbed, I nicely postpone it to the next day. I'm like, okay, today is not the time to do this. I will do it tomorrow. But it's always there. It's always there. The plan is there. Okay, now that like I've written books, I've taken a break from books. I'm like, okay, now I'm like, let me gather the thoughts and the writing process and everything. And then once I get into books, then I get busy with. So I have like kind of like allocated time. I think it's just time management. And with nutrition, like I'm very flexible because it is about a person's need. It's about a person is committing to something. Then you have to, like me and even Anil, we both are like, like when someone is saying that, oh, I am ready to commit to something, we are there with open hands. Like, then we are flexible with it. So that is the reason why we have brought in an automated system where that, the people just enroll and then they do it at their own pace. There is Preeti in the background, there is Anil in the background. Whenever you need some needs, and we have a Facebook community. So once you become part of the community, we put you in the Facebook group and we keep sharing information there. And plus, you can, since you've enrolled, you can choose your time and you can do the program at your own leisure.
Mm. Okay.
So nutrition is very flexible. Author, I said, and then managing the child, the demands of a child. That is something you can never plan. Mom's role is there. You're doing nutrition, you're doing a book, you're organizing the house, whatever you're doing, you have to be available when the child is available. So today, me and Chanda are very freely talking and recording because both.
How do you manage?
Yeah, time management. So that's what I said. Like, it's all organized here, and then we also go with the flow. I mean, I think like with time, like see, like when you have a child in the house, like, and I think like things are automatically managed for the child to move with ease. So you have to make time for everything. Like if it's just a couple, then we're very laid back and in getting up at any time, doing our work, and you don't have need to have a proper planning. But because two adults can be managed very easily. But then when you have a child, then you have to, like consciously or subconscious mind, your conscious mind and the subconscious mind both know that there has to be a well organized way of dealing with things. So we also take time to meet with friends, we go out, and then we do things for the child's entertainment, studies, and then there is a lot in family time, and then going out and meeting family, all that happens. And along with that, you have to do because we have your passion, like because we always feel that like we have to do something. You have studied, you have got so much of life experience, and then like it is time to give for the community also. And then, as much as we receive, we should be ready to give. And these are channels and ways through which you can give to people. Because when you're in a part of a corporate life, the boss or the top management or the management tells you, this is the goal, this is the target for the year, this is exactly you're supposed to, you do your work, this is how you market the product. You can't, maybe there is a slight 20% here, there, you can move. But otherwise, when you do things by yourself, then you have the full freedom to choose what you want to do and how you want to go about it. And you also know that, okay, there's nobody to ask me, nobody to follow up with me. I'm the only one who's doing this, executing it. And, like, I have to take responsibility for this. Then automatically, I think you start making time for yourself. So if someone gives an excuse saying that I don't have time, I'm not going to listen to it because it's impossible. You have 24 hours in a day. Even if you're sleeping for 8 hours, the rest of the time you can, if you want to do something, you definitely have the time.
Right, right. So that is always my punchline. In my every show, I almost speak about passion because passion is something which keeps you moving without even getting tired or stressed out. Something you love to do, automatically you get time, energy, etc., etc. So there won't be any excuses that, oh no, I can't do this and I don't have time, I have this responsibility, blah, 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 blah. So, and that's why I always speak about passion, and that's what you also said today. So today's punchline is about your passion and about your own time management. And I think, as you said, that you also read out the stories to school. So I think I should arrange and organize some Zoom meets that we have this wonderful, beautiful author to read out the books to kids. I mean, it sounds very interesting. I didn't know that you are doing that also.
Yeah, it was just my idea that, like, why not do this, like, so that kids can also enjoy love. Children love stories. Like when we were kids, like we used to love stories. And I'm like, why not do it? Like, and if there are children interested, definitely, like, we should do it. Why not?
So, what is your message for public, especially the females who say we don't have time and we cannot eat healthy? And eat healthy is for everybody, be it a child, be it a male or a female or elderly, whosoever. What is your message for them?
Yeah. What is my message for generally for everyone?
Yes, yes.
So the general message is that, see, we all should do at some point in your life, you will realize that you have come with a purpose, right? So there are times when, you're born, you're told, like you have to walk like this, you have to carry this, you have to study, you have to go to school, and every your hand holded because, that's God's plan because He sent you, but He knows that she's too naive to do things by herself. So He gives you parents, He gives you teachers, and a school, and and God's guidance is always there. But when you become a teenager, then you become reckless because you want to do something. Your parents are telling you different things, and the society, the right now there are doctors. Everybody wants to become doctors, so you come under a pressure, peer pressure, all of that. Then you start resisting. You start thinking that okay, मुझे ये करना है, but then my parents are telling me to do this. My school is asking me to do this and all that. So there is a revolt, and then sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and then you learn a lesson that, oh, I didn't listen to my parents, I didn't listen to now. And then you go move on to the next stage where you start taking responsibilities. You've studied, you have to, like fend for yourself, or you have a family to take care of, you have parents, and then if you get married, then you have parents, in-laws, then you have the extended families, and then you have your children. So the responsibilities, I mean, it's all planned, like, so when you grow up and when you're like almost like 12, 13 years, you know that, okay, this is how my life is going to be. This is what I'm going to do. But after a certain point in time in life, all of us are going to feel this at some point that, okay, I have come to this world with a purpose. So then we start looking for that purpose, knowingly or unknowingly. And if somebody says that, no, it never occurred to me, it's not so. It has occurred to you, but you pushed it or you got busy with something or life is keeping you busy. But at some point, you will feel that this is why I have come into this world. So some of us start searching it early in life, like ye kya hai, what is this, and then like who am I, and all of that, looking for answers and everything. Some of us are guided, and when it's the right time, like the bell rings, and then you will know it. Like it happens in movies and all that. So I would say general advice is that, try to know yourself better when it comes to your health or when it comes to your passion, when it comes to achieving anything in life. Rather than, it's good to listen, but when you know yourself better, you will know what to listen and what not to listen, and what to take from others and what to take from what the media is telling you, the social media is telling you. There are so many things. I mean, from morning till night, you're being told, and there are things coming inside our ears. So, but when you know who you are, when you know what you want, and you will listen only to those advices, every advice is a good advice. So, but you will start filtering it, and you will absorb as much as you want to absorb, and then be it health or be it your life or be it your work or be it your family life, you will try to tune in and make it about the purpose that you want and how you want to live your life. And then choosing something to give back to the society is something that all of us should do in some way or the other, whatever we are talented in. Oh, I like to teach, so go and teach. There is a good friend of mine. She teaches people, children from like all these kids who can't go to school. So she's chosen like three, four kids, and then she teaches them, and she gives them free books, and then she never asks people like do this, do that. But like people go to her some way or the other. People go to her and say, oh, I think we are doing this, and we want to contribute, we want to give this to the children and all that. So when you set a purpose in your mind, you start attracting it towards yourself.
Yes.
So don't fear that, who will tell me what to do, who will tell me what to do. Oh, I've decided to lose weight, I've decided to take care of my health. Who will tell me? Nobody will tell you. You have to start learning your body. You have to start, oh, she gave me food, so I ate. My mother gave me food, so I ate. All that are excuses. Those are excuses. My friend wanted to I eat ice cream, so I ate ice cream with my friend. Eat, that's okay. But don't say my friend wanted me to eat, so I ate that. I won't agree. that is it. That is, I mean, I'm simplifying it for you, but in a few words to summarize, you should know your body better, you should know your mind better, you should know your goals better. If you feel that no, I'm not able to do that, I would give you a small tip which all of us I think should do it, and which I've seen my father do it for many years, which is writing down what you feel. and how you spend your day. It's called journaling. So just take a book and, like the beginning of 2024, every year I keep a diary for myself. And now I've seen, noticed that Sienna also has a diary. So what we do is like, like I don't write every day because of my time constraints and all that. But my father, I've seen him like every night before going to bed, he writes down like this was my day. And then today, Preeti came home. My granddaughter came home. I spent time with her, and tomorrow something else, something else, something else. So when you do that, like you are getting out your emotions. Your feelings are coming out. There are some times when then we are closed. There are situations where you are running the family. You are the provider for the family, so you don't openly speak. You don't say
Mm.
what's going on in your head. You're only listening. You're providing, and you by the end of like when you're 60, 65, you're totally given up because your cup is full, it's overflowing. Then people get come and genuinely tell you something, you will shut them up. I मुझे कुछ नहीं सुनना है. And everybody like, what's happened to this person? Because this person has been listening, taking so much all their lives. So these are tools, like sitting down for 10 minutes to meditate, sitting down for 10 minutes to talk to yourself. Like it's okay. And then nobody will think that he's mad or she is mad. It's okay. Just sit down and talk to yourself. Where am I? What am I doing? Just look out of the window and just look out. See, just don't think, just blank out and just look, observe, be in the moment, try to be in the present moment. All of these small, small things. Nobody, you don't have to pay money for it or anything. These are things you have to, like, from the time you get up in the morning till the night, just find 10 minutes or even 5 minutes to reflect on the day, reflect on your life, reflect on what's happening. And then don't, my sincere advice is like, don't hold things in your heart or in your mind. It's best to let it go. If you can talk to the person, if it's because of a person, if you can talk to a person, talk to the person straight away in a nice way, and then, forgive and move on. If it's a situation, then find a person whom you can talk to and, like talk about it, but never keep things pented up. Again, like, when you do that, there is stress. When there is stress, then you release all the negative hormones. When the negative hormones are released, it affects your gut health. When the gut health is affected, food is not digested. When food is not digested, you get some allergies, you get some condition, and then health is gone. So, but do it the other way around, you can reverse everything. Everything is possible. So, my sincere advice is, give time to yourself and, like know yourself better, know your body better. If you need help, do not hesitate. There are people like us to help you, to guide you, to support you, like cheerleaders. And, like when you are sorted, when you know about yourself and when you're in the right path, things will start falling into place. That's my experience from the life I've lived so far. Probably after 10 years, I may have something more to add. And
You know,
then Chanda will
I've
be a
been
uh,
I've been observing you are glowing like anything. I think this is the magic of detox and the lifestyle you've been following up because you're not just shining. I mean, I can read people. You're actually shining from within because I see you. You've changed a lot actually. You're talking very different because Preeti, whom
yeah.
I knew, she was like a work. I mean, so very bent down towards her career. And now what I see you is so different. I mean, wow, I'm really amazed to see you this way.
Thank you. I mean, I think like I invested in myself time and, like try to, yeah, learning self is, I
Okay,
think
so
like it's a
now,
big,
so
big,
now I will, whomsoever needs the diet plans and struggling with their health issues, I will forward them your number and let them speak up to you because we really need people who can guide for food. I do it on the part of only millets and what I know, but as such, I'm not yet certified. But yeah, my experience has been so much in life that I mean, I don't really challenge them, but I feel I've learned a lot about my own body, about my daughter's body. And just by
yes.
following the right food habits, my husband has been out of, he had the fatty liver issue and piles in which he used to bleed. Automatically, it's
Oh,
gone just with the proper right pattern of health.
yeah.
And he's very
Yeah.
adaptable. So touchwood,
Good.
so that's what, see, we as women, if we take the responsibility, puri family balance aa jayegi.
Yes. Yes.
हस्बैंड भी ठीक
That's true.
खाएंगे,
We
बच्चा
are
भी
role
समझ
models.
होगा. Yes, yes, yes. That's what we discussed initially. And I really feel so good to see you today this way. And
Same
I
here,
think
Chandra.
शील का थोड़ा सा असर आया है because earlier you would never talk. I mean, you were so selective of what to talk. थोड़ा सा बात करना सीखी अभी. I'm happy to
Yeah.
see you this way.
Yeah, yeah, thanks. And yeah, credits to him. And also, like, like I can relate to what you're saying because those days, like, life used to be so hectic in the head because, the brain had to do a lot of things. We had to use our mind. And then, the energy was always saved for work because,
Target,
like
target,
you said,
target.
like, I used to be a workaholic. So the
Targets.
talking was also less. Yeah, talking and listening was more. I think like I used to listen and absorb and listen and absorb. But now that I think like now I'm ready. I'm ready to give the world what I want to say. And I'm like, I have no fears in saying like what is right and what is wrong and everything. And fortunately, we have come into the holistic field, like health and all that. Then you have to talk. How will people get the information what you want to convey? So all that has helped. Yeah. And even my daughter talks a lot. She's a big talker and she's very entertaining like a father. So I
Has
think
to
like
be
listening to
Sheil
two
ki
people like that
beti.
a little bit rubbed on me.
I would love to see the combo of Sheil and Sienna together and you in
Of
between.
course.
मतलब I can imagine. इसीलिए बात करना सीखिए.
Yeah.
ऑप्शन ही नहीं है.
Obviously, correct. I have to talk.
Yeah, yeah. It's really been such a beautiful time talking to you, and I'm sure people will
Same
learn
here.
a lot because it looks like a very simple talk show, but when they really listen to it by really focusing and understanding every bit of it, easily they will get a self-help. So I'm so thankful to you that you spare your time for us
Thank
today.
you for the opportunity.
Thank you. It's
Yes,
my
thank you for
it's
the
my pleasure.
opportunity.
It's my pleasure. And soon we will meet up and we'll have more together to do. Okay. Thank you so
Of
much.
course,
Hare
yes.
Krishna. Yeah.
Thanks,
Hare Krishna.
Chanda.
Thank you.
Regards to your family.
Thank you. Same years. Likewise. Take care. Bye.
Bye.